All right, let's see if I did this correctly this time again. I think I might have started two streams somehow, but trying a different camera angle. You got Cappy there taking a bath again, and I did somehow start two streams. So let me figure this out here a minute while I go back over here. And how can I manage these videos? Let's see, live. This one should be deleted. All right, now let's go back over here to the live one. And now I can see there we are. All right, welcome, welcome. Let me just do one thing here. Cappy, what are you doing? Stay here, buddy. Cappy has been very, very clingy today, right? He wants to be right on top of me, which I don't mind at all, really. Yeah, I know, buddy. You gonna talk over there to the camera? And the camera doesn't want to zoom, it looks like, on here. You gotta check out the cards. Don't knock over the laptop. Why isn't that? Let me see what's going on with the picture here. Maybe it's just my computer. Yeah, it is. It's just my computer. There we go. Don't knock those over, buddy. Yeah. All right. You want to get back in your seat? Huh? Come back over here. We're going to sort some cards. You approve of those ones? Huh? Is that what's going on? So if you joined us last night, right, or you saw the live video last night, I've just been going through this huge pile of cards that I got from an antique mall back in Frederick, Maryland. And just looking through and seeing what we got and putting them into the piles that'll eventually go into the team packs that I sell over there on Etsy. I put a link in the description this time. And this is sort of what we do most every night, right? Kappi and I will go through cards in some way and see what there is and see what we wind up selling, or see what we can go through and sell, if there's anything interesting, that sort of stuff. I have pulled a few, like I said, some of these 80s, or 80s and 90s rookie cards. That wasn't one, but, you know, of various players. Jim Tomei was one I pulled earlier, and I had, a few different like Bigios and Bagwells and stuff that I found off camera. So here we've got some 88 score and some 89 Fleer, 80 or 89 score, right? Little Indians pile there. Some 91 Fleer, you can't miss that. 92 Donruss. Coming over here. Cappy, you just gonna sit there? There's Bobby Bowe. It was arbitration day in baseball, right? So money going out, right? You think of money, you think of Bobby Bowe. Oh, I mentioned this card last night, and this is not the error card, right? The error card, his hand is sticking out over the edge, right? But this is the corrected version, the much more common version. It's a very rare error of this card, right, of Mark Whitten here of 91. So that would have been neat if that was the actual error card. This is an example here of cards that I don't keep, right? This is pretty well blown up down here in the corner, so I dropped it on the floor. It can stay there for now. I'll put it in the trash later. The old circular filing cabinet. Here we got some triple play. Mark Grace. Cappy, you're sitting there by the Cubs. I'm going to put this sort of action card here, triple play. I'll put that with the White Sox. They're the one making the catch there with that. So here's the White Sox. I did, as you can see, I put the camera on the wider version so you can see more of the table of what I'm sorting. And, how I go through and sort them out by divisions, NL East, Central, West over there. AL East is right here, right? The Central West is over here just off camera. So hopefully you can see a little more than I did last night. Still learning this. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to do it. And also, hey, just to have some fun, just to talk and see what else there is. So Lou Whitaker doesn't want to zoom, but that was Lou Whitaker, trust me. Here with the Tigers. camera, of course, is going to go to Kappi, right? Unless we block Kappi with Eric Davis here. Then it'll go to that. We got Tony Phillips, Tigers, David Justice. Sampling of the Expos. Harold Baines blowing a big old bubble. I do have the chat up over here, right? So if you're watching and you want to say hi or anything like that, you can do so. We got some racing cards here. Some old 90s NASCAR cards, right? Morgan Shepherd. Is that Ted Musgrave? Dale Jarrett? And Jeff Bodine. And we're going to put these over here. They'll just wind up in a random box of things. So a little mini card. I don't know what these mini cards are, when they're even from. But a little mini card there. That was Florida, it says. There's the Marlins. So, little 93 Ultra. Braves again here. Here's Boomer Wells, 92 score. Yeah, where's that at? Blue Jays. West Chamberlain's got a busted corner. So, he's going in there. Robbie Thompson's got the pack edge on it here. Let's see if you can see it there. Kind of, like the crimper caught it. So, Mark Whitten again. This time he's an Indian. Reggie Sanders. Phil Plantier. That was a name that was a big name in the early 90s, right, for rookie cards. Andahar Cedeno. The Astros over here. And Fryman. And what is that card we got coming up here in a minute? Lee Smith with the Cardinals. Brett Butler. Look at this. I have never seen a Jurassic Park card. I've never held a Jurassic Park card either. Playful when young. The Tyrannosaurus Rex hatchling. I love how they got links and all that type of stuff, right? Is this supposed to be accurate to the, the actual dinosaur back in the day? Or are they just making shit up for the, movie, right? Oh, man, there's some more racing cars, too. Darrell Waltrip, right? Boogity, boogity, boogity. And Todd Bodine behind him. With nails there, Lenny Dykstra. So, Cap, you still just going to sit here, buddy? You going to sit in your bed tonight? No, you're just going to rub up against the cards. All right, you do you, buddy. And the old cartoon design, right, from the Scores, Tom Henke. And I talked about this last night, the set that was on Facebook Marketplace, 92 Fleer. Somebody's got a set of it here locally for me, listed $12,000, marked down from 13. So, if you got money you like to, just burn, there you go. Or you buy a pack from me and you might get a card for a lot cheaper. Some Braves here. Charlie O'Brien. This is 91 Leaf. Yeah. So I remember putting this set together. This is another one of those sets that I bought. They had wax packs at Value City when it opened in Frederick. And put that set together. They had a few different ones. Like the triple play was that. There was a couple of the Leaf sets, like 91 and 92. What was the other one? Oh, the Donruss. 92 Donruss, 93 Donruss. They were all there. When that store opened. Value City growing up there in Frederick, right? Francis Scott Key Mall, if you're familiar with it. That was GB's before that, right? Used to get a lot of starting lineups and stuff there as a kid. Bo Sox here. Phillies. Astros. Bob Welch won a Cy Young, right? Langston as an Angel. Don't think of him as an Angel. You think of him as a Mariner. Not a lot of Yankees. That's definitely the smallest pile other than the expansion teams from the 90s. Dan Gladden, of course, leading off for the Twins in their World Series years. Oops, can't avoid bumping the stupid tripod. So you're just going to sit there, huh, buddy? Stretchy cat? Huh? You sit right back down. That's what you do. You're a funny boy. You're the star around here. You should say hi to the camera. All right, you gotta get back in bed now. All right, when he's walking, it's gonna vibrate the camera a little bit, just the way this tripod is. So I apologize for that, but gonna get comfortable, buddy. There you go. Meanwhile, I've got this 92 Leaf that I'm kind of sorting through here. Let's get a... Oh, my God. Kappi, you're on camera for the world, right? And you're showing them that. And let's get this so we can see him still. There we go. That's a boy. Who's a boy, huh? Yeah. You love your bed, don't you? So what do I got here? Here we go. The Twins. Braves. So interesting day, of course, in the world, right? We had Bill Belichick retire, right? Or at least leave the Patriots. So in 24 hours, you get Belichick, you get Nick Saban out in Alabama, who didn't hire the coach from Oregon away. And then you've got, of course, Pete Carroll retired again up in Seattle. So some interesting openings, and the sidelines are going to look a little different. College and pro sports next year, football. Chris Gwynn, don't call him his brother, right? Don't call him Tony. White Sox, Giants. Here's Kurt Schilling, right? Who'd probably be in the Hall of Fame if he wasn't absolutely despised for political reasons. He kind of earned it, though, losing a bunch of money that he got to make video games and stuff like that. But I don't know who would, the Patriots are going to hire Mayo, it sounds like. They had like a succession plan in place for when Belichick was leaving. Machado. He's over here. Where we at? Bobby Bowe, again. That's an expensive card right there. Just kidding. The Mets are still paying for it. Here's another one. Padres. Speaking of the Mets, they did come to arbitration. They settled with Alonso along with other players. So hopefully they can find a way to sign him long term. I would hate to see him walk after the season because they gave him a 1-year contract. And, I think I hope it's more WFA and garbage than anything else on him not playing there in the future. But I guess we'll see. What is this? What year is this Ultra? 1998 Fleer Ultra. Can't say I've got much of that as I've been doing this. So whoever Todd Dunn is, there's Olerud out of Stadium Club. Guess I didn't have that much of it. I had one card. Cirillo is a Brewer. What year is this score? 94? Yeah. I got one right. There's that Ultra again. Fortunately, it's not a player we want to talk about. Ruben Sierra as an athletic. You don't see that very often. Padres over here. So yeah, the big sports, Mayo will probably take over. I wonder where Vrabel will land. Seattle seems like a good fit for him, though they might go for Dan Quinn, right? They've got some experience there with him. Once the Cowboys do what, unfortunately, they probably will do in the playoffs at some point. Some 86 Donruss. Nate Snell, the O's. What year is this Pinnacle? 95? Yeah. Some random rookies out of 95 Pinnacle here. Ben Grieve had a couple good years. Don't know who Mark Johnson is, what team that even is. The White Sox. Terrence Long. That's a Met name I do not remember. And Kappi, you are shaking everything as he goes to town again. Let's give him a little privacy. And the Braves. Astros. Kappi, you are just getting in there, aren't you? You love to do that. You had all day to do that, but as soon as I turn the camera on, that's when you want to go and dig in there. Brewers over here. CJ Nikowski, right? Still on the MLB network somewhere, isn't he? McKay Christensen? That's a name I don't remember. We got Ray Ordonez rookie card. I do not PC Ray Ordonez. That's going to be somewhere in the Mets packs. There's two of them. Jose out of 89 Fleer. That's the box bottom card, isn't it? It feels different. That's what made me think that, right? And it's the picture itself, it doesn't look it in the camera, but looking at it here, it's kind of darker. And yeah, it's C4 is the number. That's the box bottom card. So I'll have to see how that cut is compared to other things. So 82 Donruss, Mariners there. It's more 86. Padres over here. Twins, you getting comfortable again, buddy? Shaking everything. I might have to go back to the regular stand-up tripod to do this. This thing I bought with an arm is cheap Amazon garbage. You get that on Amazon. So let's bring this down just a little like this. How about that? That better, buddy? Now you're going to go dig in again? All right. I've got a light for back here that I'm going to use next time, too. I couldn't get it. It wasn't charged. I had to do that before I do this. Next time, I hopefully will plan it a little better as I'm sorting these because, like I said, we're going to be doing this a while. Whoops. There we go. All right. Dante Bichette, Julio Machado. Couple of Brewers there. Pete O'Brien. Kirk Gibson is a Royal. Melvin is an Oriole, right? Treadway. Larry Walker. That's second year Larry Walker? Maybe third. Myers. Reedus. Yeah, and then we have, of course, the international news of the day, right, with the bombings in Yemen, right? The administration in the UK finally did something about that. It was probably arguably overdue, them going up there and trying to do something with these guys. But of course, they did it the Bill Clinton way. They warned them first, right? Gave them time to get out of the buildings, and then they blew up the buildings, right? Whoopee. So, sort of minimize the collateral damage. That was always the Clinton way of trying to deal with terrorists and stuff like that. But, maybe they blew up some of their drones, I guess, or whatever they were attacking ships with in the sea. And I don't know what their response capabilities are. It depends what Iran wants to do, I guess. Walt Weiss over here. Swindell. So, yeah, just another normal busy day anymore in 2024. Weather looks like shit coming up here, doesn't it, from the Midwest? I think we are a little too far south where I just happen to be sitting to get all the big snow, but we're definitely going to get the cold, it looks like. Where are the Twins? Over here. He is still going to town there with his bath. He is such a clean cat. And it's funny, too, because he'll sit on my lap, but we're not sitting back here, and we're sitting over here on the sofa and all. And I'll come out covered in hair. Doesn't matter how many times we brush him and stuff, he sheds. But he also cleans so much. Such a good boy. But he's still an orange cat. He still gets into trouble, too. Let's see. I'm not seeing any big stars. I'm going through this. I mean, I don't see Jesse Orosco a lot as a Brewer, but there he is. And what a parrot guy. Ruskin is Andre Dawson. He's a Hall of Famer, right? Let's show him up. 91 Fleer Ultra. 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 91 Fle And the Twins over here. So let's see. You're gonna fall out, buddy. You love that bed, don't you? Oh, yeah. Walt Weiss again. Dave Valley and 88 Donruss. There's some 91 Fleer to blind you. Dodgers over here. And Mosby is a Tiger. Pierre, Tigers. Red Sox. There's 90 Fleer. Another set I put together as a kid. I put it together again during the pandemic. That was sort of how we got started, right? Sitting at home bored during the pandemic. And I bought old junk wax boxes, right? And, packs to open while I was just sitting around because, I didn't go to work for a long time being an academic. Stayed home since that's what we did. And I put sets together. I had a bunch of extras and started selling them. And put some on eBay. They didn't sell that well, of course, right? Because there's a jillion cards on eBay and, that sort of thing. But when I moved them over to Etsy, sales were great. Although they've been down recently, admittedly. But I think sales of cards in general have been a little slower recently. So, is that Franco's? Julio Franco's? No, not even close. White Sox. Doug DeSense's, right? Longtime Oriole before going out west. Yeah, west would be over here, Sean. And there's that. Indians. Angels again. Dusty Baker. Got to be towards the end of his career there. Holland, Tom Niedenfuhrer. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Sid Bream, is that not quite his rookie, right? He was a Dodger first. I remember that. And Terry Kennedy is pretty beat up. So Terry Kennedy is going over here in the old filing cabinet. Landrum, Cedeno, Brian Harper, Lahidi. A whole bunch of Cardinals there is Mookie. Danny Tartable, rated rookie. And eating his donut with a fork and knife. The Giants. Cardinals is over here somewhere. Giants again. Cardinals. Bob Boone, Diamond King for the Angels. So let's get in another pile here. And got a lot of old stuff as we're going through here. Older, right? Last night we had a lot of that 2012. And tonight we're hitting a lot of this late 80s stuff, mid to late 80s. Phil Bradley, Diamond King. Some Mariners. Or Mariners. Expos. Not even close. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Andy Van Slyke as a Cardinal. Kent Herbeck. Won a couple World Series. Was always a staple in that lineup there in the late 80s, early 90s. Royals, Twins. Royals, Frank Viola. Cy Young winner. Had a good career. I don't know if he's still coaching or not. He was coaching in the minor leagues for a while. Do that. Bunch of Padres here. Rangers. Cardinals with Tito Landrum. Dan Gladden as a Giant. Over here, Sean. And what is this? It's kind of thick. It is a TMB. It's a Topps card. What's that? 95 Topps. I have no idea what that is. It's definitely thicker, right? Just pushing on it. I'm not bending it. Some kind of insert set or something that, I don't know. It's Tino Martinez, right, as a Mariner. It's kind of raised, too. It's got that, it's not quite like action-packed, if you remember those, of football cards and stuff, but, it's got some texture to it. And we got the rookies from the 92 Donruss set. Wonder who they were pulling out of this. Serrero again, looks at a couple of them. Brocal. Moeller. Rossi. Sean Jeter. Pete Young, and we got Griffey back there somewhere. You can kind of see him in the light there. Joe Carter and Julio Franco. A couple of interesting Indians cards. Dave Steeb, Diamond King. What is this? It's perforated on the side. Big League Chewing Gum. It's a reprint. It even says so down here at the bottom, but some kind of reprint of Floyd Babe Herman. I'm just going to set that aside over here till I can figure out what that is. A couple of Phil Necros at the end of his career. Let's see, Kevin McReynolds. Mark Lemke. He's always kind of a feisty player in the middle of that Braves lineup that won so many division titles in a row. Blue Jays here. Got Eddie Murray as a Met next, right? That worst team money can buy era Mets. Kevin Brown. Tony Gwynn. Walk. Welch. Wild Thing. Mitch Williams. And some more of these. Here's Dave Steeb, right? Let's put this over here. Cubbies. What is this? 84 Fleer, right? Yeah. So John Matlack, an 84 Fleer with that. Cubs and Expos. And let's see, what is this? 2001 Fleer. Don't see that very often. It's Tony Womack. It's kind of shiny, but don't get a lot of that. Or this. What is this? 99 Bowman. Okay. No idea who the guy is. Jim Cott, right? Longtime broadcaster. After he was done. And some more of this upper deck that we saw last night. Dale Murphy as a Rocky. And Bobby Bowe again. Some more of this The Rookies set stuff. You falling asleep now, buddy? You got all the bath time's done, so now it's bedtime. Is that how this works? Yeah. Oh, he's the best friend I've ever had. Yeah. A lot of Cubs here. A lot of Cubs. Chris Sabos. Here's another 90 BGO, right? So it's a year off from second year card for him, right? Jeff Blauser. Lou Piniella. Another Phil Necro late in his career. Greg Swindell. Mackie Sasser. Forgot how to throw the pitcher. Or Hershiser there. Kurt Gibson. Just off camera. Since I was already over there. It's weird to have the the color doesn't seem right with the A's having the red background on that. Tim Raines is a Hall of Famer, of course. Expos over here. A couple more Indians out of this 89 Fleer. And David Cohn, 90 Donruss. ESPN Sunday Night. Is he still on that this year? Probably. Montgomery is here. Here. And then you got Dwight Gooden and Mark Davis. Sort of a random duo, right? Ojeda. And a couple more from 89 Donruss for the Brewers. Yeah. Let's try this different pile back here in the back. Let's see what we pull. It's more Brewers, of course. Right? 89 Donruss. And it's flipping the right way. There's that. Goose Gossage. Had to have the quotes, right? It wouldn't be right if they didn't. Let's be grammatically correct with our nicknames. This, Jeff Reed, Rob Dibble, Paul O'Neill, all Reds. All right, let me turn this down a little bit since he's sleeping so you can see more of the cards. And it's a little easier for me this way, and that's going to dip. Let's try this. There we go. All right, so there's Bennis. That'll stop shaking in a minute. I'm sorry. Mark Davis, Padres. We got a bunch of these little cards. I'm going to set them aside for a second because I got to beat some Mets. This is a team? No, it's not a team set. From 2011. Chris Young. Okay. Brian Roberts. I like that. The dirt all over him. That's pretty cool. Izzy. And a couple more Mets there. Scott Harrison. So here's more of these mini cards. Let's see if we can figure out what the heck this is. All right. This is Old Judge. I can't make out the logo. Who made these, right? Or it's just some one-off thing in 95, right? No idea. I mean, until I bought this, I had a couple of these yesterday and a couple of these now. I've never seen these before. If you're watching and you know what they are, please let me know. Because there's probably going to be more in there as I dig. St. Louis. As I do with any mini cards like this, they just are bonus cards in the packs that I sell. I don't count them as towards the 30. 30 cards in every pack, right? $1.85 before the discounted pack, plus shipping. That's how they get resold over there. Links in the description. If you're watching this, here's the Phillies. And that, I guess I should have got my breaker mat out. Barry Larkin again out of this triple play. And these are going every which direction. Lee Stevens, Leo Gomez, Eisenreich. I told Eisenreich's story last night. Carlton Fisk is a Hall of Famer. Ooh, guess who? I flipped it over before who it is. So who is that? I have no idea. Looking at his face, is it George Brett? Nope, it's Dale Murphy. Not even close. So he was a Philly then, right? Chris Hoyles was a serviceable catcher for a while. There's Bo. It's always fun to, get packed, not just of this many cards, right? But of just so many different things. Things that bring back memories like this of, I can remember paying for it at the cash register and stuff when I was, 11, 12 years old. And the Dodgers are over here. Texas. Blue Jays, White Sox. So I wonder how much this weather that's coming through is going to screw up the Iowa caucus next week, right? Is it going to depress turnout a bit? Or are people psyched up enough to either go vote for or against the former president? No idea. You Iowans take it seriously, so... not gonna say you won't show up, but it looks like it's gonna be record cold with a bunch of snow. So, might be a little tricky. What is this? What year is this? 2012. Again, we had some of this last night. For here, Royals, BJ Upton. The Rays are back here. Betancourt again. Yair Jurens. That's a name I haven't seen or heard in a while. A lot of random Rockies. Indians. Yeah. This guy again. Nate McLouth. I forget what Mike Francesa called him. Like that's that guy in Baltimore or something like that. Right? He always referred to him. McLouth. Victorino from the Phillies. There's King Felix. Michael Bourne, little speedster. Mike Fitzgerald, what's on your card here? Little white spot there. Ain't coming off, so it's going over there. That's got a blown up corner. Henry Cotto. Back here. Harold Baines again. Haven't had, what year is this Leaf? 94 Leaf. Haven't seen too much of that as we've gone through this pile yet. Steve Avery had a couple of great years, right? Then he just fell right off a cliff. While the others kept on trucking, right? And Glavine and John Smoltz, and then obviously bringing in Greg Maddux. Dave Henderson. And Tim Tuffle as a Padre. Bill Landrum. Dale Murphy. Tiger's that back here. Kappi is out. Out like a light. Phillies. Paul Molitor. Oh, we got another Guess Who. All right, let's see what we got. No idea. I'm not even going to try. Brett Butler. That's, yeah, I wouldn't even been close. Now in Los Angeles. Or is that what it says? Where he now plays. So he was a Dodger. The Twins with Herbeck. The Braves are right here. Checklist goes right there. Another Brave. And some Red Sox from 91 Ultra. Boom. He's out like a light. Oh, Kappi boy. Let's do just a little bit more as my voice is kind of cracking today. I taught a long class today. I've got a class that I teach. It's an all-day thing for local government professionals. So just do a couple more here, and then we're going to call it since he's sleeping. This is that 95 Pinnacle again. Jim Edmonds. And just here are the Yankees. Hamlin, Don Mattingly. Weiss is a Rocky, right? Yeah. Luis Ortiz. It's like, that's not David Ortiz. Who is that? Jim Tomei. Finley. Don't play the white snake around him. Mickey Morandini. Danny Bautista. Don't remember him at all. Bazio. McGriff, he's in the Hall of Fame. Jeff Conine is a Marlin. Jeffrey Hammonds, I remember the Orioles drafted him. Pat Kelly, Cliff Floyd, Eric Karros. He would have been not too far off being Rookie of the Year when that card came out. Kevin Tapani goes back here. Bobby Bowe is a Met again. Dunston. It's Mark Whitten. Seems to be the theme of the night. Mark Whitten cards. Whoops. And then I drop it. I didn't damage it, did I? No. And Jeff Bagwell. Nice Bagwell. Let's do one more grab. And then we'll call it a night. Let's do this pile. So Burt Blyleven, Hall of Famer. The Hall of Fame of compiling. And that's him. That Padres here with him. It's Dwight Gooden again. Greg Olson. A lot of these cards we saw last night. Conine. And the A's over here. And Phillies. Ooh, we got a Sport Flick. Is that Oil Can Boyd again? Yeah. What is this? Who would have thought? Mark Grace. From what year? 02 Tops. Okay. They'll be in the Diamondbacks packs. I remember looking at these as I was going through and did the video. So a bunch of checklists there. And you got Bichette, Bobby Ojeda, Rock Reigns again, Michael Tucker. The rookie threats card with Bagwell and who's that? Bagwell, Luis Gonzalez, and I do not remember who's in the middle. Tuffy Rhodes. Robbie Alomar, Hall of Famer. Willie Randolph. There's another one of these triple threat cards. And the Bashing Years. Mark McGuire. A little undersized to be completely bashing for him. And then the Lou Brock and Ricky Henderson stolen base card. That's a good one to end on. So, you know, I'll be doing more of these coming up here over the next few nights as we are, you know, just sitting here and trying to, you know, get more attention to our shop, of course, and talk about whatever's going on as, you know, the world continues to devolve into whatever it is here in 2024. So we'll see how this goes, right? You know, we'll talk more about, I'm sure, the stuff overseas as it goes on and the election stuff as it comes up, right? Because, you know, Iowa could be really make or break for the whole thing for the Republicans. So who knows, right? We'll see. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the shop.